Smooshing again.
Just always panting, always kind of bleeding out.
Just got having a bad day. Salute! This is Jeff.
This is David.
Hi, David.
Hi,
Hello.
Jeff. Hello.
We're playing Nioh.
You rhymed. Got it.
This is the Joro-gumo. It's the spider lady.
Yes.
She is super duper easy. We're gonna beat her up with an axe.
You're gonna beat her up with a wooden hammer. If you're being realistic.
Okay, it is a wooden hammer. It is, I guess technically, it's axe type, but it is a hammer. Correct. There is not much strategy to this. She does have different attacks. She just won't use them because we're going to be doing one thing. It's the Spider Lady Destruction of Primer. When you stand directly in front of her, she'll do an attack. It doesn't matter what it is because you'll dodge it the same way. You just dodge the side, and then you combo that butt. Do that butt combo. And then you combo that butt. Do that butt combo. And then you combo that butt. Do that butt combo. And then you combo that butt. Do that butt combo. And then you combo that butt. Do that butt combo. And then you combo that butt. And then just make sure you can dodge at least backwards one time. We'll see in an alternate universe here. This is the aforementioned 360 attack, where she'll spin her butt around. There it is. That's the only thing that's gonna.
There you go.
Yeah, so she'll do like a sick breakdance move. That's the only thing that can really hit you when you're to the side or behind her.
Okay.
So just in order to get behind her more efficiently, you just kind of bait out an attack. Like it doesn't matter if it's the web, who cares? If it's sometimes she'll do like 2 swipes, it doesn't matter. They're all dodged the same way. And then you can get around back, and the glowing weak point, which you're one to hit.
Yeah.
She can summon webs, she can summon ads by like spewing out a bunch of eggs, and she can do like Yokai Realm, like she's doing right now. You can just get rid of it, it's fine. But if you just stay close and do the exact same thing over and over again as we're doing here, it is one of the easiest fights, and also one of the easiest fights to get the Crusher achievement on. Like, I think I only tried. It was only like the 3rd attempt trying to do it without getting hit. I was like, oh, actually, and one of the attempts was, maybe there's some hubris involved. Because she was about as weak as she is right now, right before that last hit. And I was like, I'm just gonna hit her with an arrow. That was not the best choice. So literally she had 1 hit left, but the arrow, I don't think the arrow was quite enough to finish it off. And then I got hit. I was like, well, this is my fault.
Yeah. Okay, at that point, that's fine.
Here's some stats, I guess.
Yep.
I forget to. I remember occasionally to do this, just to show like the weapons I've gotten. Yeah. I still have the Namiyo Yogi Kanemitsu that I had from forever, but I didn't change it up, so use some hammer.
Yeah.
Some hammer-ons here.
So. Yeah, I completely forgot this boss was a thing in the game.
Yes.
When he was like, the next one's Joro-gumo. I was like, oh yeah,
like,
sure, I remember that one.
I don't know what that is. You're like, oh, is this okay?
It's just the spider,
is the spider lady. Right.
Right.
Right. The mission is better than the boss. The mission is pretty complicated, and there's like this whole side, like there's some significant side areas that you can, collecting the I forget what it was called, but fragments of the T.
The T set that the guy blew
T-set,
himself and it up with, so no one else could have.
So you can, again, there's also an achievement for like getting all that, and you're going around and trying to get a bunch of mini boss fights or mini boss fights. Yes. And they're all spiders, and there's spiders everywhere, and you have to fight tiny spiders, slightly bigger spiders, large spiders, and then at the end, unsurprisingly, is a spider lady. So.
Yeah, I asked at the beginning of the area, it's like, so we fight Quelaag?
I think, yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
A much easier Quelaag.
Wears more clothing than Quelaag, too.
I guess it's true. I guess technically Quelaag does not wear clothing.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand. There's probably not a lot of tailors, not a lot of outlet stores that
She makes her own
particular
silk, though,
shape.
so
Yeah, I suppose. So I guess you could nice make a nice like cravat or something.
yeah. I mean, that actually, I don't know, that might be a pretty strange design that might be a little unsettling. Like, the clothing is clearly just a bunch of silk.
Yeah, so like
spider web that she just like draped over herself.
Yeah, that could definitely work.
Yeah. But I think if you sell that in a way that I think it would need to be for it to be creepier and unsettling, you wouldn't get the sexy spider lady demographic.
I feel like there's no way that you can fully eliminate that. There's always going to be someone somewhere that's like, yes.
That's
like,
true.
What if we had an inverted head and like an open bleeding cavity like down the back? Like, yes. Like, okay, what if we have yes? Okay, never mind.
It's always going to do it for somebody.
That is true. That is what I've learned about the internet. Spider Lady's dead.
Spider Lady is dead. Yeah.
I guess you can do the thing.
I guess you can do the thing.
Not a lot to say.
So if you like this video, which is admittedly like 90 minutes shorter than a lot of the other ones we've done.
It's true. It's leaner.
Please feel free to go to Patreon, where you can pledge to donate to us every month, and that's support that helps us do this a lot more full time. If regular pledges are not something you can do, then you can give us one-time tips on PayPal. If you can't support us financially, that's fine. Like, comment, subscribe, and let people know about the show. That's how people find out about it. And if you want to see us live and interact with us, we stream on Tuesdays from 7 to 9 Pacific Standard Time.
Yep, that's over at Twitch. It's the same. It's the same name.
Yeah, the Jeff and David Show.
The Jeff and David Show. Correct. Dead Cells.
Wait, what?
Wait, hold on. I was thinking about Dead Cells again.
It's almost like you like that game.
That is an enjoyable video game. It's a high quality, enjoyable video game. I recommend that. It's good stuff.
All right.
Hollow Knight is also really good.
Hollow Knight is really good. Off is really good.
Yeah. Persona 5 is really good.
Persona 5 is really good. Nier Automata is really good.
Yeah, Nier Automata. I feel like those go without saying, but I mean, I suppose if it actually goes without saying, then people just don't know.
Right. Let's see. The Link to the Past randomizer is a lot of fun. The Aria of Sorrow randomizer is a lot of fun. I recommend both of those, and they're free. Off is also free, but yeah.
Good times. Video games. As Vinny Caravella says, is the best time to play video games.
Yes, it is.
And it's always the best time to play video games because you have everything that is out and you have everything that has ever been out.
Mm-hmm. And emulation is such a thing that even if you can't get the system anymore or the physical copy of the game, you can still play it.
And still have the experience.
Yeah,
That's true.
It may not be a perfect experience because perfect emulation is a trick and a half, but it can be still a solid, moving, important experience.
Nioh. The next episode is a much better one. This is a perfunctory episode. Not as perfunctory as Great Centipede.
Which was...
which is just like, whatever. There's an excuse to talk about random things because no one cares about what's going on in the
right
video.
But still more interesting than Bible Buffet.
This is true. True facts. 100%.
Yep.
The next one is going to be one of my favorite fights in the game. Maybe my favoriteest. Is this like it's just a legit cool fight.
Ha! I see what you did there.
It's because Ice Lady.
It's because it's an Ice Lady.
And reminds me a lot of. Well,
she's a nice lady and an ice lady.
Yes, yeah, it's both of those things are true. It's like a more complicated, more technical version of the Hino Inma from earlier.
Right.
I found the Hino Inma to be sort of like a medium difficulty, so like just kind of good enough so that you could kind of putz your way through without knowing what you're doing. But the Yuki-onna is definitely one of the difficult fights.
Right.
But it's fun because there's a lot of different ranged attacks. There's a whole subset of attacks for close range. There's like AoEs, there's long range attacks. You have a lot of space to work with. There's different strategies that can go on. So it was fun to learn how to fight it well. And then it was also pretty fun to learn how to fight it without getting hit. Which is doable.
Right.
It requires a little bit of strategy, which will be provided in the next video, which is not in this video, it's in the next one. So bleh.
Bleh?
Yeah, bleh.
Bleh. You're a vampire. Okay. Not a vampire, like, not any vampire. You're an old, like, Munsters version of vampires, I guess. Mm-hmm. That's where Dragula, the song by Rob Zombie, came from.
Okay.
Yep. The Munsters. All right, let's.
It's not just Dracula, but like with women's clothing.
No, Dragula is in a drag racer. So there was an episode of The Munsters where Grandpa, who is Dracula, made a coffin drag racer, and he called it his Dragula.
That makes sense.
So that's why the Rob Zombies like move through the ditches and burn through the witches and slam into the back of my Dragula.
Okay. I learned a whole bunch of stuff about the Munsters and Rob Zombie just now. So it was a learning experience.
There's a learning experience. It's almost like not many people spent their childhood watching the Munsters on repeat.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't. Like the older shows that I watched when I was younger, it was like, let's see, what was it? Alfred Hitchcock Presents.
What?
That's pretty good. Like The Untouchables, Robert Stack, Elliot Ness. So I'm trying to think of like the old shows that I watched when I was
right.
Even when younger, it was still the old shows, the black and white shows. Alfred Hitchcock Presents is great. It's just a anthology mystery series where every single episode is introduced by a dry, sarcastic, and rotund Alfred Hitchcock. So imagine a mystery,
he was very much
a
all
mystery
those things.
flavor, a mystery flavored version of Twilight Zone with Alfred Hitchcock instead of Rod Serling.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it's good times. But I don't think I ever watched The Monsters.
Really? Wow. You poor man.
My experience with Munsters is just the cheese.
Munster cheese?
Yeah, Munster cheese. That's all I got. I like cheese though.
Cheese is really good. The Munsters is actually not a good show. It has not aged well. The jokes are not great, but it's charming in an I Love Lucy kind of way.
Okay.
I Love Lucy still kind of holds up though.
This has been old TV cast at the end of Joro-gumo. Talk about spider lady monsters and black and white TV shows, and then also try and shill for money as well. Ding 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 ding. Just play a bunch of those. Get the stock sound effects. Yeah, of like coins falling on the ground.
Yeah.
Money.
The jackpot C major chord.
2. Yeah, I will definitely not go back and spend a bunch of time looking for free sound effects. I guess you who's listening now will know for sure whether or not that happened.
Right.
Either way, the end. I'm stopping the video.
All right.